Hello, everybody. I am starting my presentation. Only a moment. Okay, thanks so much for the audience. Also, we are recording this presentation. Today is November 10th, 2023. This is a presentation during the Space Habitat event about the space and psychology practice in Habitat Marte Space Analog Station. And a little bit about me. I am a UFRN professor in Rio Grande do Norte State, Brazil, as CFA Director of Events and International Relationships, also Innovatics Habitat Marte CEO. I'm Bachelor in Psychology and Management, also with Master and PhD about sustainability and innovation. And I did my postdoc in University of Central Florida when I started to study about space analog stations. And during this time, since the last 6 years, I developed more than 200 protocols and surveys applied to space analog missions and conducted more than 150 missions and operating the Habitat Marte space analog missions during the last 6 years. Here we can see a great variety of analog stations in the world. In reality, more than this, because some space analog missions are operating in other places, sometimes not only in a physical place, but having like some conditions of mobility happening in different places. And this is a photo from Habitat Marte, a recent photo done last week with a participant from Mexico here. Recently, we built a dome connected to our greenhouse, giving a higher capacity to produce food for our analog astronauts. About our location, we are located here in the corner of Brazil and in corner of South America. In this case, we are the eastern place in Americas, close to Africa and close to Europe. In this case, I live in the city of Natal, in the coast, and Habitat Marte is located in the countryside, around 100 kilometers or 2 hours driving from Natal. Natal is wet, sometimes 80, sometimes almost 100% of humidity. But where is Habitat Marte located is around 40% of humidity. In this case, this area is known as Caatinga, that means right field, because during the drought, we have like a gray and white landscape with a lot of cactus as a vegetation. In this case, it's a very good place to simulate Mars because it's not a complete dry landscape. We have like 3 or 4 months of rain here around February to May. We have some rain and becomes green, but the great part of the year we have like a dry landscape. Also, right now, November, we have some water reservoirs, and these lakes are now completely empty. Some challenge in terms of space simulation is try to operate a self-sustaining habitat. This is related to smart sanitation. In this case, we are collecting the rainwater, also looking to treat the sewage, and they also consider the use of water. Also operating a closed food production system using greenhouse, aquaponics, also installing the next weeks a hydroponic system. Also operating the solar energy system, and also very connected with health and psychology studies. In this case, all of this is operating in the International Space Station, and also you're trying to simulate these conditions. We just received more than 10 countries in our missions here in Brazil. And we just organized more than 150 missions and received these international crews from many parts of the world. Habitat Marte held the first analog mission during December of 2017. Now we are achieving 6 years of operation, and also, as I mentioned, presenting many cactus in our landscape, very beautiful cactus. Related to our main topic of discussion related to space psychology, this presentation was motivated because some participants or some candidates had asked to us what you are doing in terms of psychology studies. In this case, I prepared this presentation to present more achievements about what you are doing related to psychology studies. In this case, we can see the psychology experience is related to pre-missions, during the mission, and post-mission activities related to psychology that I mentioned about. Related to pre-mission, what we are doing related to psychology. One important thing are the protocols. The protocols are very important to bring order, not only in terms of work, but also in terms of psychology experience. In this case, these 200 protocols bring a great confidence in terms of how the mission will be operated, and about the guidelines to present to the candidates, to the participants. Some contributions of these protocols are related to the importance of well-designed tasks and planning. Also, the importance to avoid stress and anxiety, also promote health, avoid health risks, and bring confidence to participants, and also satisfaction about to learn new skills. And these are some contributions about the protocols designed by me, and also with contribution from other participants. Part of these protocols are related to guidelines provided to the analog astronauts. These guidelines are related to preparation, what can be done before the mission, also the physical workouts, because we are developing intravehicular activities and extravehicular activities in our landscape. In this case, during some physical activities during the EVAs demand some physical good condition. Also, the importance of patience also alert about the adaptedness to a great variety of cultural aspects. During our mission, the participants are exposed to food and music and habits different from depending of from where each participant are. Also, other topics related to funding, as funding sometimes can be something challenging for some participants, because normally funding is not easily available for participants come to Brazil, and sometimes also it's a difficult topic to some analog astronaut candidate to participate in other analog missions around the world. Something new that we are considering is the use of exactly inventory revised personality tests. We are not using yet, but we are considering the use of this tool, because this tool generates a personality inventory that can be interesting to understand the profile of this person that is applying to take part of one space analog mission. And now about the during the mission, what are our considerations about the psychology studies and psychology experience? Uh, one common situation during a space analog mission, in this case of Habitat Marte, just this just happened in some missions. Sometimes the participants are very excited about many activities to do during the mission, and sometimes present poor sleeping. This is not uh, cause a not good health recovery, and sometimes this is bringing a lack of attention, and this would bring stress and risk of conflicts between members of a mission. In this case, this can be avoided with protocols that we developed and proposed, and also trying to see what will be done in the next day. And sometimes, if the people are going to sleep like 1 a.m. or during the midnight, we can wake up later. And sometimes if you are be doing like extravehicular activity during the morning, during the early time, would be important is sleep earlier to be prepared to the next activity during the morning. Sometimes here we are exposed to a higher temperatures, sometimes 35, 40 degrees. In this case, for the extravehicular activity, it's very important we try to wake up early to developing activities, extravehicular activities in early moments of the day, like 6 a.m. local time, because in this time we have a better weather conditions. In this case, this is one of very interesting topic of research and practice. Also, it's important think about the how to deal with emergency situation. Some guidelines are start to be calm, not entering the problem, support the person in crisis, understand but not entering the problem. Has a person of support, internal and external, a point of contact. Till now, during these 6 years, we never had a psychology emergency during the missions, but we need to consider to be prepared about a possible psychology emergency situation. It's very important the importance of a safe environment. This is related to a good infrastructure of support. In our case, we had improved our infrastructure during these 6 years of operation. One of the important investments was in the air conditioning. In the first missions, like maybe in the first 2 or 3 years, we didn't have the funding for to install air conditioning, and the last 3 years we are using it. This is very important to bring comfort. Also, is very important the maintenance and also do more updates in this infrastructure that we hope that is continuing be done in the next years. Recently, we had a funding project approved from Brazilian government. It's a public call called Centelha, that the translation to English is Spark. And with this funding, we are doing many improvements in the infrastructure, and this is very important. In general, is very important for a safe environment, a good team of support. Sometimes people presented in mission control, they can support with guidelines. We can see these many analog stations in the world. Also important a good planning for the mission, and also the people the participants are very interested about to have good opportunities of learning in terms of new skills related to space exploration, and about how to be prepared to be a astronaut, or opportunities to apply related to real real opportunities to have a space flight. And this is a feasible reality considering the private space exploration based in flights of SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Vision Galactic. We just have friends recently last week the friends from Possum program going to space, and also Dr. Cyan Proctor. She was one of our participants as an invited researcher, and she was also part of the Inspiration for mission. It's very nice see that some participants from analog missions having the real opportunity to go to space. Okay, this is something very interesting that motivates the participants to take part of analog missions. Not expect situations that can happen not only in Habitat Marte, but in other analog missions, analog stations, also in the real space missions, is the lack of sympathy between members of a mission. This can be related to people from different countries, people from different cultures. Sometimes when the participants present some difficulties in terms of speaking, in communication, we can see some difficulties of communications, also the skill related uh, to deal with the other language. This can bring some difficulties in terms of relationship. Also, the literature sometimes is also discussing about as in international crews participating in space missions, International Space Station. You can see situations that just happened, it may be still happening right now. Each time that the missions are larger in terms of days and weeks, the isolation can bring some difficulties, some psychology challenges to participants. Also, would happen situations like depression, also sometimes related to the distance from relatives. Uh, some missions depending of the members, how the members are the background of participants. We can see situations related to competitiveness between the members. Sometimes self-sabotage would happen, and sometimes like a sabotage. It's not a desired situation, but would happen also. In this case, I always mention in the Netflix series Mars, we can see a situation when the manager of the greenhouse he's becoming depressed because he's caring of the plants in the greenhouse. There is a lack of energy for the station operation, and the plants becomes to die, and he has a very upset about. He's very depressed, and he opens the door of the greenhouse and destroy a great area of the station, dying in this situation. In this case, also there is some literature commenting the previous situations of sabotage aboard International Space Station. And these are some situations that can happen during the analog missions, but not only in analog missions, but in real space missions. Because of this, as mentioned before by Professor Thais Russomano, the psychology studies, and also not only the studies, but think about new protocols, are very important to avoid and not expected situations that would bring risks for the entire crews. And how to operate a relaxed mission? Some issues that we consider: music that fit in the group culture, In this case, also is very interesting during the analog missions when we received the international crews in Brazil, like the Mexican participant last week, present some Brazilian artists. Also, the Brazil presents a very good singers, female singers like Vanessa da Mata, also the Marisa Monte, and also Roberta Sá. Brazil has a very good music, and also Duda Beats. There are some Brazilian female singers, and when we present the Brazilian music, the people really enjoy about our music, and this is a good way to have a good relationship and between the members. Also, I learned I met some like Latin artists like Bad Bunny and Calle 13 was some Latin artists that I never heard about, and now I'm great listener of these Latin artists. And this is very interesting because the music can bring bonds between the participants. Other topic is good sleeping, also good food, meals preparing during the mission. This is a very important moment to recovery and also a good time for conversation. Yes, and good sleep conditions in terms of the infrastructure. How to promote a high state of consciousness. In this case, we consider a well-planned activities, a good program of activities, facilities in good conditions of operation, good meals, relaxing time, be hydrated, and also meditation. And these are some resources that we have during the analog missions in Habitat Marte. This is a photo during a sunset. The people really like see how the sky is changing the color. It's a very interesting moment during our missions. It's the contact with nature is very important for the missions in Habitat Marte. This is a local photo done during this week. Oh, sorry. Yes, this is also during the one extra during a moment looking the sky, the sunrise. Also in our greenhouse, it's very important the contact of the participants with the greenhouse, with the plants. In the meals, we are also always using elements from our greenhouse to prepare the meals, and the people really enjoy this opportunity. Also art, the space art. In this case, an example of mandala that is we are developing under a protocol of guidelines. This is was an equipment developed by Natalia Rasbun. She was a invited researcher during one of our missions. She's very young, and she developed this kind of glasses to where we are putting the phone inside, and this is for a new experiment related to chromotherapy. Something complementary, very interesting in our missions is the infrastructure for underwater extravehicular activity, the IUEVA. This swimming pool, we just developed more than 20 protocols and surveys developed here. And the people are really enjoying the activities that we are doing in this facility. Also developing like free diving activities, and also the using goggles and the snorkel. We are doing like a exposure activity to water. It's with also with psychology study purpose. Okay, one moment. Something very interesting also mentioned by Jerry Stone. We are developing some activities related to promote the overview effect experience. And some resources, some activities that we are doing are related to meditation, mandalas, design, drawing, sunset observation, astronomy observation, astronomical storytelling, satellites observation. In this case, in our location, we can see a lot of satellites around local time, 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. This is very, very good time because it's becoming dark, and some satellites are reflecting the sunlight, and we can see around sometimes between 10 or 30 satellites crossing the sky. Sometimes we just saw the International Space Station crossing the sky, and this is very interesting because the people are not currently having this opportunity to see the satellites, International Space Station. They are very grateful about has this possibility. Something good to mention that is in this location, it's a small city around 4,000 inhabitants, and these are rural properties, not close to the cities, 7 kilometers far from the city. Is in this case we present a very low quantity of the lightning pollution, and it's a very good place to watch the sky with dry conditions of the air. It's very beautiful, very nice place. We normally watch the sky in a location called the Ceres Lake Observatory. In this case, we have a 36 degrees of observation of the skies. It's a very unique place to watch the sky. Also used in some applications like Saturn and Jupiter is very visible during this time here in Brazil sky. Okay, and I'm almost concluding my presentation, and some comments about post-mission, what is doing post-mission. In this case, during the 150 missions, we are generating a great variety of data from surveys that are answered by the participants. And these data is very interesting for the future research that we will be analyzing this data about the psychology experience. And something new is that we are working during this year. Here is the location of Habitat Marte, but we are creating a second analog habitat, probably more 2 sites. In this case, the idea is Habitat Marte is be the first space analog complex in the world with more 2 sites. In Lava Cave is a rock formation, and we can see like aerial image from this location, and looks like Millennium Falcon. And firstly, this place presents a very difficult condition of lightning. Also, firstly, we did a provisional infrastructure to use this place. And you can see like the lightning system is not presenting a good condition. Only lightning just a few elements from the landscape, and also during the winter, the rainwater was coming inside, bring difficult conditions to our activities here. And this was a mission last year, 1 year ago, 2022, and we brought equipment of seismic equipment to analyze the conditions, if it's safe use this place to build the habitat. And we built a provisional infrastructure in this place to let the water outside. Also, we installed gutters and solar panels and battery, and these are complete off-grid environment, off-grid space analog habitat. a photo during April of 2023, mission 143, with participants from Mexico. And this was done some improvements during last week. We installed a better lighting system inside, also showing the improvement of the lighting system, also with Fabiola from Mexico and Luisa from Brazil using the infrastructure. Yes, in this case, the lava cave habitat is very interesting place to also psychology studies, because it's a place more remote, and also using these rock formations for activities. And one of the things that I'd like to bring to this audience, or also for the participants in this panel, is about we think about all the ideas on how to provide a good psychology experience always during the missions. Yes, and this is my contact, my WhatsApp, also my presence in Twitter and Instagram. Okay. In this case, I'm concluding my presentation, and now I am open to questions and comments and suggestions. Okay. Also, you take notes about. Okay. Let me see. Okay. No comments? No? Okay. Okay, guys. Let's see here. Maybe some message. Okay. Thanks so much for the audience. We keep in touch. In this case, the next presentation will be 8:30 p.m. UTC GMT will be a presentation done by Shelley Brunswick about space in our daily lives. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll keep in touch. Bye bye.